super excited to bring you my latest tutorial. It's this neon Smokey Eye. I'm absolutely obsessed with pops of color. If you guys can't tell, on my Instagram or on my YouTube. So I had to create something really beautiful but also really elegant. And I decided to come up with this. I'm super excited to show you the techniques I use. I definitely added tons of tips and tricks to this video. I really hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to stay tuned. Alright guys, let's get started. Step 1, I'm going to start by priming her eyes using the High Voltage Primer by Kat Von D. It's tinted and I'm going to apply that using my BeautyBlender. It's one of my favorite primers. It's actually being discontinued, which makes me really sad, so I'm going to stock up on this guy. But when you're using bright colors, this always makes everything pop and stand out. Now for the star of the show, I'm going to grab my Karity Matte Eyeshadow Palette. As you can see, it has all of these gorgeous pops of color in here, so I just had to create something fun for you guys. To start off, I'm going to grab my MAC 224 Fluffy Blender and the shade Coquet. This is going to be my transition shade to start off this look. Using sweeping motions, I'm just going to apply that all in her crease and slowly build up the saturation. As you can see, this color is super sheer and very soft. I wanted all the drama to be on the lower lash line, and I really wanted the top to just be a supporting actor, so that's why everything you're going to see me do for the top of the eye is going to be really soft and gentle. Now to add some definition, I'm going to grab my Sephora Collection number 27 Pro Blending Brush and the shade Spring Break. I'm going to apply that directly into the crease using outward motions to really blend and diffuse that shadow and also pulling it out to the outer corner. I am doing a winged look, so I really want that shadow to connect to the wing. That way things don't look sloppy and it doesn't look like a hot mess. When you are doing more of a winged look, don't forget to kind of blend outwards in that direction. That way everything looks connected. Next, grabbing my Sephora Pro number 15 shader, I'm going to go in with the color Coquette one more time, and I'm going to apply that directly on the center of the eye using a pressing and tapping motion. Using pressing and tapping motions is really going to help to build intensity because we're layering that color and building it up. As you can see, I'm also being cautious at not to take it up too high because I don't want to erase any of the hard work we just did bringing that crease together. Notice that the top of the eye is also more muted compared to the lower lash line because don't forget guys, it's all about balance. You don't want all these colors to compete with each other. You want them to work with each other. So that's why I kept it more muted, so that way everything would be connected but nothing would be stealing attention from anything else. Don't be team too much. Always remember to keep your focus and have balance. Now for some liner, I'm going to grab my NARS gel liner in Black Valley. This is one of my personal favorites for years because it's so creamy and black and it never dries out. I'm going to apply that using my MAC 266 brush. Starting in the tear duct, I'm just going to start to get a really thin line, and the closer I get to the outer corner, the line's going to progressively get thicker and thicker. I'm just going to keep it really normal at the beginning stages of it because that's going to give me a perfect roadmap to see where I need to wing that liner out next. I find that if I start on the outer corner with my flick first, it goes wrong. So for me personally, it's easier to just map it out and then go from there. As you can see, the wing is an extension of the lower lash line. That's how I get a perfect wing every time. I really make sure that that tail really connects to that lower lash line, and it really helps to get symmetry and balance, and it really helps you to achieve a great liner look every time. And as you can see now, I'm just refining and perfecting. When her eye is open, that flick is directly shooting out from her lower lashes, and that's why it's enhancing her eye shape and it doesn't look crazy. So if you've had problems with this, try connecting it to your lower lash line. Now to make that wing so sharp that it could cut somebody, you want to grab a little bit of a makeup remover and a Q-tip and just lightly dip that Q-tip in the makeup remover. As you see, I just barely touched it. I don't want this Q-tip to be super saturated and wet. So now I'm going to just apply some light pressure near that tail area and just flick in an upward motion, and that's going to really create a razor sharp tail. It works every time. It's one of my personal favorite things to do because I want my wing to be that sharp. For Kelly's under eye, I'm going to grab three things to really address one issue that we always have, which is creasing. So using my Armani Luminous Silk Powder in number 4, my Sephora Pro Collection number 12 eyeshadow brush, and a Beauty Blender, I'm going to smooth out that under eye using my Beauty Blender first, using a tapping and pressing motion to smooth out any creasing and any fine lines. And while she's looking directly up to the ceiling, I'm going to grab my Armani setting powder and press that in. The surface of the eye is completely flat now, and I minimized the creasing to my best ability. And now is my opportunity to set that under eye while there is no creasing. This is really going to ensure a creaseless look throughout the whole day. It's one of my best tips that I can give you guys if you ever have this problem. Trust me, it happens. You just have to work with it and know how to fix it. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to use my Sephora Collection Color Switch and my number 15 Pro Shader. This is going to be the only brush I'm going to use the whole time. The first color I'm going to go in is this super bright pink called Shameless. Using the point of that brush, I'm just going to start near the outer corner and slowly drift it into the wing, connecting the two together. You want to really lighten up your pressure the closer you get to the tail of that wing. That way the shadow is going to start to get thinner and thinner and also look winged out itself. Definitely make sure to take your time with this step. Next, I'm going to clean off my previous color to switch to my next shade, which is going to be this super bright orange called Rush. Next, you want to pop that color on directly where the pink shadow ends. That way all the colors fuse and blend together seamlessly and there are no harsh lines. You really want to use short little strokes and really be careful not to over blend because we are going to add so many colors to the lower lash line. You do want to leave that tear duct area blank for the next color we're going to use. Grabbing that color switch again, I'm going to clean off that orange color and go in with my next shade, which is this really bright yellow called Sanguine. I'm going to apply that right where the orange shadow ends to fuse those two colors together, and then I'm going to really build up that saturation and take it into the tear duct. This color I actually took from the lower lash line just a little bit above as well, just to really get that high impact finish. So remember, you really want to have purposeful placement when it comes to using all these colors because you want them to pop. Next, I'm going to grab their Real Mascara by Benefit. I'm just going to apply that to her lashes to pump up the drama and add some volume and a little bit of a lift. And then I'm going to go in with some new lashes that I just discovered at Ulta. I'm really excited to pop these on because they actually are so gorgeous and they're really, really comfortable. The band is super thin. I'm just applying a little bit of glue. After 30 seconds, I'm just going to pop those directly onto the lash line and really seamlessly blend her lashes with the fake ones so that way they just look really natural and wispy. Now that the eyes are complete, it's time to give her this beautiful glow. So I'm going to grab this Lancome Cream Illuminator in this rose gold color, and I'm going to apply that directly on her cheekbone. I really want to feel that cheekbone out so I can really define it. I'm using a tapping and pressing motion and also kind of working in small little circles. That way it doesn't get chunky and heavy, and it just gives you this beautiful glow. For today's lip cocktail, I'm going to grab this Tart lipstick in Skinny Dip and this Too Faced gloss in Pure Peach and this Urban Decay lip liner in 1993. This lip liner was perfect because it really blended in with her natural skin tone and really just gave like a small amount of definition, and that was exactly what I was looking for. I really wanted the lipstick to stay really pink but also have that really nice peach tone to it with the gloss, so that's why I chose a really nude lip liner because that way everything would look really connected. Now grabbing that Tarte lipstick, I'm just going to apply that starting in the center and form like a really nice sheer layer. And then I'm going to go in with my Tarte lip gloss in Pure Peach and really make those lips really nice and super pink. That's exactly the look I wanted to go with because it's really going to play up the top half of her eyes. And I wanted everything to be really monochromatic and very connected. So that's why I really chose my pops of color strategically, so that way everything would look flawless because it would all be telling one big story. And now last but not least, I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs Recover Setting Spray, my current obsession when it comes to setting sprays at the moment, just to seal everything in and give Kelly this beautiful glow. Alright beauties, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and learned a lot. Definitely let me know what you think in the comment box below. And also let me know what you think about me doing all these pops of color and all this bright eyeshadow. I definitely want to do some more, but let me know what kind of colors you want to see next. Make sure to stay tuned. I'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place.